Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy. Knotlocks, Not Nation. Doing a little Dread review today, reacting to none other than the legend himself, Mr. Zayloc23. Straight out of Ghana, West Africa. Dude, this is crazy. You know, I've always been a fan of your channel. Since years ago. Since before, you know, just since before I had dreads. I saw your channel first. You know, you had the traditional locks. And now he's been rocking the Freeform Locs, which inspired me, truly, probably about 2 or 3 years in, once I seen Zaylocs dreads coming along, Freeform, I was like, okay, it's time to embrace this journey as well. And honestly, it must have been at least 4 years in before I started freeforming my hair after I seen Zayloc do it, because he is now at 9 years and 2 months, and myself, I just hit 6 years myself. So no, I was right, 3 years, right? 3 years before I decided to freeform like Zaylocs that he's put out. And you know, big ups to Zayloc, because he has recently made a migration out to Africa, the motherland, the heavenly holy land. And it's amazing to see the courage and charisma that it takes to do something like this. And I'm very more than interested and intrigued to see where his journey in life takes him now that he's migrated halfway across the world. Especially with the Dreadlock Journey, I have a feeling that there's nothing but blessings and abundance for him in the land, in that land. So big ups to Zayloc for making such a brave move, and allowing the YouTube family to follow and be inspired by such a move as well. So this is where his locks are at, 9 years and 2 months right now. 9 years and 2 months with these locks. You know, smash that like button. And it's cool to see him wearing his hair on his head like a tam. And I always believed, like, you know, why wear a hat when you can wear your hair? And it's only possible to those that have been dedicated for years on end, almost a decade on end, to be able to do this with their locks. So this is like a legendary moment in your lock journeys when you can wear your hair on top of your head like this. Dropping some of that good juju on everybody. It's crazy we can see the color of his locks now after being in the sun for so many years, turning to that lighter brown, you know, a lot lighter than the hair that's coming in on his taper here, not his taper, but his front line here on his hairline. A lot lighter of a brown than the new growth, that's for sure. Checking out on some of his locks, he's got some not wispy ends, but like some, they're just kind of like congoed ends that are kind of like the dread ball, that appear like they're falling off, but really there's still strength in that lock right there. And it's such a unique characteristic having these types of dread balls on Freeform Locs, because as we can see, most of the lock is pretty smooth. There's no scarring and there's no twists happening. It's a very unique structure and integrity to the lock. Now, I don't know if he's ever done a Freeform dreadlock count up on his head. Always curious about how many locks he'd have, and very intrigued by the dread beard growth these days. Super intrigued. I've been trying to grow mine in. It's going to take a while to get to this point that he's at now, but I would like to have a dread beard one day as well. So it's crazy to see the length of his. And might I add, like, the atmosphere that he's in right now with the beach and the sand is perfect for dreadlock content. You know, so perfect. So as he reveals what his locks are like after he's put them up in this updo, it really starts to show us the length. He's got a plant-based website. Definitely head over there to check out what he's got to ship out. I'm going to keep gonna keep the music. That's crazy. This right here is like a thumbnail of legends, you know, like locks just flying everywhere. It really shows us the size and the length of them at this point. Almost going into his 10th year. You know, you can see a lot of thinner ones, a lot of thicker ones. The finger locks on the ends. The new growth, all afro, nothing retwisted down to the scalp. This is super inspiring because I too would love to attain up to 10 years of hair length and growth on these locks. So it shows what it can kind of look like when closer to that stage. And looks like his length is like past his waist at this point. I love the big wooded bead that he's got going on there as well. Praising the sun, giving thanks to Mother Nature. What's really cool is that some of these locks are actually a lot shorter on the front of his hair compared to the back and the sides. Crazy. One perfect love, as he always says. I like this big flat dread here. So cool. Proper. One thing I noticed about all his new vlogs, it looks hot in Africa. He's always sweating. Here you can see some Congos that have joined up on the back of his head. Sick. It looks even crazier from the back. Doesn't look like he has that many dreads either. Like, you could try and count them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You know, my guess is around 20 dreads on his head. Zayloc, if you're watching this, please let us know in the comments, how many dreadlocks do you actually have? Crazy. So, definitely big up Zayloc, doing his thing out in Africa. Got to keep it saluted. You got to stay fresh, and you know, got to keep it real. The Freeform journey is a very abundant journey to go on, because there's so much awareness that is brought into clarity of the mind. There's so much acceptance of the self. And there's so much strength built within your own heart, within your own mind, your own confidence when going on the freeform route. So, you know, it might not be for everybody, but everybody could definitely try it out in their life and just to see what it's like. Because you never know, you might be one person that thinks it's not for them, and it turns out to be the greatest thing they've ever done. So, definitely consider freeforming your locks in 2021 if you haven't already. Zayloc23 being one of my main inspirations on going the freeform route. You know, honestly, if it wasn't for Zayloc doing it on YouTube years ago, I probably would have never found the confidence to do it myself, and I would have still been stuck with like interlock dreads or retwisted dreadlocks or something like that. So I'm happy that his dreadspiration has brought me to bring more dreadspiration to you guys out there as well, growing the Knot Nation and the Freeform Nation family. I guess it's Freeform Gang, right? The Freeform Gang, more than anything. So 2021, that's what we are, Freeform Gang. You know what it is. Let's get this Knot Nation. If you're new to this channel, Wagwan, I'm Knotlocks, and we do dreadlock related content on a daily basis. Join the community, smash that like button and subscribe, turn on notifications. It's pretty simple. That's all it takes to be a member of the Freeform Gang. And of course, you gotta grow your hair out and don't brush it. Never again. Because that's how you attain Freeform Locs. Literally, just stop brushing your hair and keep it clean with residue-free shampoo. Booyakasha. It's that simple. Anyways, I'm going to sign off. I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching these videos. And I can definitely see y'all tomorrow. So, one last thing is, you know, I know 2020 was a pretty messed up year. 2021 not looking that much better, but at least we have each other, and we have to be here for one another, striving in this community to make sure everyone's okay, make sure everyone's still confident and dedicated to themselves and to their locks and to their families, and just being supportive to one another, and especially just being kind to one another here within the family. So I look forward to chopping it up with you guys a lot more. All right, I'm gone. One perfect love. Adios.
The nation.